Right. Hello, hello. How is everyone doing this morning? Hmm. Restream broken. You see here. No, Restream seems like it's working. Hmm. It's weird. Yeah. So, but it's funny. I wonder why it's not working there. Weird. Hmm. I don't know. It's kind of strange. It updated everything, but then like the chat is not working. So maybe the chat is just dialed in wrong. I don't know. Huh. All right. Well, we'll have to see. I'll have to keep this over here. I got to mix it up on me every week and make it weird. Anyway, voice, if you can't tell, is probably not going to make it. Um, Weekend tournament this weekend, and then I played all day yesterday. So, yeah, voice had never had a chance to recover. Going into today, biggest change right now thus far is pound yen. Right, down 116, big mover on the board where it should be. Flat at euro dollar, pound dollar. Again, seeing pound weakness. That's one trend that we do have across the board. We had Bailey speaking. Actually, there was some brief data, and then Bailey getting ready to speak in a little bit. But you see the euro pound up 42. It's a substantial amount, percentage wise for our daily ATR. That's a pretty big move. The 120 is not the biggest move in the world, but again, not necessarily close, but um, big mover. Pound yen, you see a little bit of movement. Dollar Swiss, a little bit of movement. Dollar CAD, a little bit of movement. Aussie dollar, a little bit of movement. So, a little bit of speckled weakness, strength in the dollar, kind of just stabilizing after last week. And this is kind of what we mentioned. Um, after kind of the decline last week, it was like, hey, listen, we're probably due. Well, it's probably going to move, and it did just a little bit. Nothing too crazy or anything, but just enough, right? Just enough. Um, Today, obviously, Bailey speaking. Nothing really else out there. Tomorrow morning, we do have a little bit of data with the pound. That claim account number expected to be positive. Positive is in, last time it was obviously a negative number, now it's a positive number, so not gigantic thing. And then nothing else really for the rest of the day until the cash rate again for New Zealand not expected to change. So I don't really see too much movement for that. Again, this is kind of the that middle July, like deep in the middle of the summer, right? So not a lot expected out there. Um, Obviously, VIX Monday morning, it always pops up over the weekend, just a little tiny bit. It's up. It's not up tons. Um, it's all right. With where it is. Um, for me right now, I expect it just to climb back down again. I expect we come back down to this 1450 or 14 in that range. Again, there's always the concern over the weekends, and when nothing happens, it does roll back down. Dollar, you can see just up a little tiny bit from where it closed. Obviously, the big drop, and then we've kind of stabilized since that time. Funny enough, it did reverse this morning at 8:30 off that old level at old 78.6. They were like, hey, let's see, right? It got front run once and then twice, and then boom, just slammed through it. Didn't quite hit it right here at 1, but it did come up at 8:30 and then kind of pushed it back down again. So it is stabilizing, and I don't want to say historically, but what we tend to see. Hold on one sec. Um, this was my sneak back, so I just want to get. So yeah, expect some stabilization. You can see, even though the VIX is up 4%, you're like, well, it's a lot. All the indices are positive right now. They're all a little bit in the green. Again, lack of any real news or any major problems. You would expect to see this. So not nothing really kind of earth shattering. We're also up the most, and again, if the market stabilizes with any type of good data, we would expect to see it to move. We'll see if any of the trajectories change today. I think important things to look at, and we'll mention it, is obviously 15,200 Aaron Q. If that breaks below 15,000, people will be kind of getting bearish on that one. And then same thing, we're right around that 34,000 flat on the Russell or on YM. So again, another one of those big round numbers that you want to kind of look at. Commodities, dollar's up just a little tiny bit. Oil, technically it's down 0.5%, but we're at 73.50, right? I'd much rather be up 0.5% and be at 70 than be down 0.5% and be at 73.50. So again, not where we want it to be. Um, Natural gas a little bit higher, right? Hold on one sec, guys. She messaged trying to coordinate the rest of the day. Um, it may be a slow day in the markets, but I have so much stuff. Oh, by the way, I've avoided it my entire life, but Maryland after COVID, Maryland put all these new things in to like get out of jury duty is now like takes an act of Congress. I've already pushed it back once, but I'm supposed to report the jury duty. I think my group is getting called tomorrow, which means obviously no chart school. Um, it sounds like it though. When I go there, I'm going to get excused. They don't let you do it ahead of time. They like actually make you report. But like as I said, besides like an act of Congress, there's no way to get out of it. Like the website's pretty clear. There's no way out of it. Like okay. But then there are certain exceptions when I guess I could get a doctor's note that says I'm mentally unfit, but I don't know how that would work out with taking care of children. So so I think I am gonna have to report tomorrow. But we're just trying to coordinate all the jury duty stuff. I'm like the worst person you'd ever want on the jury, by the way. So I did actually. That's not true. I did get called one time to, I guess, I think it was federal. I think it was federal. Yeah, it was a federal one. I had to go up to Baltimore to do it into like the regional Baltimore kind of circuit court or whatever, federal circuit court for like a drug case. And I was there for 20 minutes. They called me up. There's like, "Do you have any problem? This is a drug trial. Do you have any problems?" I was like, "Yeah, my nephew or like my cousin just overdosed 6 months ago." And like, "All right, you can go home. Thank you." So it took me longer to actually drive there than it did to actually um, go in there. But yeah, so that's gonna be tomorrow. So we're just like everything is scrambled today. It's like I think tomorrow's the day. So I apologize. Um, oh, one sec. Okay, sorry. She's trying to coordinate with her office, and it's a problem because it's like, yes, your company cannot penalize you for having to do jury duty, but that says nothing about your spouse's company penalizing her because she has to watch your children. So yeah, it's just such a pain. Anyway, dollar stabilizing, commodities doing what they're doing. Gold and silver down, both just a little bit. Dollars up just a little. It's stabilized, and again, people know what's coming next. We're back down to 1920, and then we just broke through 23 in silver, so that's where we should be moving. Um, Clicking across at the Aussie dollar, you can see that it is pushing back down. We were calling for that last week. We said, hey, listen, there's two areas here. The basing, it's like, hey, listen, look for conservative. It did. It ended up hitting it at 1 o'clock on Friday. Came down and stabilized, and this is awesome. Again, kind of a Harry Potter type draw in here. We saw this basing looking for a pullback. It did drop. It did pull back. It went up. Not as super clean as we'd like to see, but again, typically on a Sunday night, it's not going to be as crazy. And it pushed all the way back down to kind of where we were, the 6620 of last week, kind of that old kind of extension down. I actually think it probably did it tag the 78 in the other direction. Nah, it got really, really close, but again, hit. Not necessarily as concerned about it. So we'll pull this. We'll pull this level now. We'll leave the top one because it's still live. Let's draw a fib in this direction. All right, so you see some of the steps in here. I would say right now, I like the area right around the 50. I think that's decent if we get some action in there. You'll have 50s and 61.8 fib traders wanting to get short that. Let's see, what color is it? Is it red? No, it is not. Let's go red and go this direction right here. 66.65. Again, plenty of basing here. Boom, 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 boom. Pop back up again. To the downside, I don't think we hold the next surge to the downside. But right now, if you look to see where the European session, really, I guess, kind of midnight, Europeans stepped into it right around here and have kind of forced it down and have pulled back. Nothing is really helping the Aussie. I mean, gold is down a little bit, so you're not getting any proxy play. You're not getting any really Aussie data today. But again, with the U.S. session coming online on Mondays, we tend to see U.S. strength coming back in. So I would assume that it comes down. As far as where it reverses, probably, I mean, again, I just extended this across. You can see, again, Thursday at 10, that's when we hit that area. I would say right now, that's probably the target. If you're going to get short this position, look for it to come all the way down into that level. There's confirmed buyers in there. This risk, again, I know that this one didn't go as deep. It didn't go lower, but there's only so many people left in here. And again, strong push off of it. But any type of force down, we're starting to build sellers here, sellers here, sellers here, sellers potentially here as well. This should slice through again. But 66.01 or 66 flat, I think that's a decent level to look at. Reason why is, again, being at the round number there. I think, yeah, yeah, I think that's a good spot. Trying to coordinate with my mother at the same time. Trying to get my mother to coordinate. She's like, "Wait, what? What calendar is this?" I'm like, "Oh god." It's one of those days. My morning's gonna be crazy. Um, all right. So again, if we can get up to 66, 65, let's just make this 66, 65. Let's just make it easy. There we go. Um, I think that's a possible area. If we can surge and rally up there by 10:30, I think it's a great place. Like it. Aussie, you can see Aussie again right now. Again, we're getting some yen play in. We're looking for some reversals in this one. Again, we hit it. We hit it. Again, this is Sunday. Friday, we kind of petered out right here, looking for another pullback, another level. You wouldn't have used this one had you used the 50% level. Well, the 50% what I drew now. There was a short there. Basically, from late Sunday night down, we're all the way, we're all the way to where we need to be. And it's funny that it is the 50% level now. What was it then? Yeah, it was nothing. It was just a level of basing. But funny how all this basing, 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 basing. The last strong push down is exactly what it used late last night on Sunday to push lower. So right now we are into an area. If you look across, you can see this dotted line coming in. This is kind of what we're dealing with. I'll remove this right now. We're kind of dealing with this level. I wouldn't say there's a strong level that you can see. And look down here. There's a lot of basing right in here. And what did it do? It came down and touched that basing and took off. So it has to be respected just a little bit lower. You can see, again, price did just go a little bit lower. There are buyers down here, but with it being Monday and the session just rolling in, the proxy play of the yen is just starting to kick in. We see that the Aussie dollar is going up a little bit. Again, it is what it is. But now that we have the actual U.S. session rolling in, and the large amounts of money, now is when we see the dollar and the yen starting to get a little bit more. This proxy play will start to become more powerful. And if the Aussie dollar starts to roll back down, again, people will look at that as Aussie weakness. That should also help kind of accelerate this to the downside. But is there a great pullback place? Right now, probably up top, right around the 23. How big is this zone right now? It's about 16. We could probably shorten it just a little bit. I just like the confirmation touch there. So I mean, if the Aussie does get a little bit of play back again, I think push this to the downside. Let's see what that short position would actually look like. Um, yeah, 1 to 3 is sitting right there. Um, yeah, I think it's a good spot. If we can rally back up in a straight move, I think that's a good push, and then we'll kind of push this one lower. Let me throw some actual prices on this one, just so we can get kind of an idea, and you guys can see it a little bit better. There we go. 94.65.7. And again, if you want to round that up in 95.60 or 94.66, go for it. And again, put this at 15. Just make it easy. Get rid of the fractions. Um, yeah. Yeah. All right. Euro dollar. Oops. Click it. There you go. All right. So euro dollar. So last week we talked about an area and we are saying, hey, listen, we've hit it 3 times, 1, 2, and 3. Once this one came up kind of in a fourth on Friday morning, it's like, yeah, this is probably more set up for the other side. So we'll see what it does. Well, you can see that there's actually a level of basing came in at 1 o'clock. I'm sorry, 11 o'clock after we got out last week. This is a level I think is important to look at because we were talking about getting a Harry Potter short here. Well, guess what? The basing level actually formed a little bit higher. So it's kind of more in play than it was before. And actually, this is better because it brings the profit target a little bit closer, gives us a little bit less risk, kind of an 8 for a 25 in another direction. We're already looking for that drop. So it's kind of been more confirmed. Actually, we should put it there. We'll make it a little bit bigger. So it'll be 9. It'll be 9 for 27 in the other direction. So yeah, right in there. So already kind of lined it up to what we were looking for last week. It just further refined it, gave us a little bit higher entry target, which is great. Again, with this surging forward, this is that kind of profit taking coming into the other session. Oh, the 10. Okay, needs a signature. Okay. Sorry, Melissa's waiting for her passport. She's like, it has to be signed. If the door rings, you have to stop your webinar. I was like, okay. She yeah, okay. I can do that. Mrs. Reese. Yeah, so she's been waiting to get her passport so she can go home to Canada. It's been like a a year or two. Her passport was within 6 months and it was damaged. She had it in her bag and somebody like she put it in the overhead. Water got spilled on it, so there's water in it. Like, oh, this is damaged. She had to go through like a process like twice as vigorous to get her replacement passport in Canada because it was damaged. Like she's like, this was harder than getting it the first time. They wanted verifications and people had to call in and she had to send pictures over the last 5 years. It was like, Jesus, it just has a water stain on it. Yeah, insane. Like unbelievable. And now that it's here, she's like, you need to make sure we don't it's they'll send it back to Canada. I was like, oh, okay. Um, all right. So looks very, very similar to the last trade. Again, we talked about setting this Harry Potter. Nice here. Nice base push deep in. Again, nice push in, just a tad bit lower. Shouldn't have any buyers in there. Or breaking this one through 109.44. Looks like it's a good run. Bringing this one all the way down to where we at here. Oh, crap. I messed it up. 109. There you go. 109.16. Okay. Pound. Euro pound. All right, so we talked about Euro pound rallying all the way back up again. It did. We talked about Sunday. Sunday opened here, and I missed it by a little bit. I was like, probably over here. It was here. So, I mean, if I take this and put it there, you can see it's actually even a little bit higher than where we originally forecast. Now, this level was originally Harry Potter. It hit it, and again, it's so deep right here. Shouldn't have been a level at all. Again, more of a target for the long. You can see it had some basing problems, right? Boom, 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 boom. Finally broke through. Kind of Harry Potter at this direction, and it's pushing higher. So, right now, because it's been nothing but really straight up since Europeans brought it in here, I would expect a little bit of a pullback on this one. So yeah, Neuro, exactly. Yeah, Melissa was quite frustrated with the system. Yeah, yeah. They're like, well, why was it damaged? It's like, because the overhead water. They're like, well, is it not in your presence? They're like, yes, it was above my head. So could anybody steal it? No. They're like, but how did water get put on it? It's like, Jesus, like, can you not visualize somebody had a water bottle? It got jammed in an overhead compartment, and the thing when it, with the pressurization, like it opened, and like other stuff got wet too. Like, yeah, yeah. I was just like, oh my god. Yeah, it's been a battle for her for the last 6 months, so she's quite anxious. Anyway, I think right now, if you are looking to get long from a level, this is a level you could potentially get long from. Euro pound is not going to move as much for this one to kind of rally up. It's about 24 pips. It's not actually that long of a push. But if you look up, again, with that being a confirmed bottom, you can see this next level, which again, kind of tiered down, right? Went up, didn't go as high, didn't go as high, and then just really kind of, it fell off a cliff. It's also backstopped by a 61.8. So you'll have actually, algo, trading getting involved in that one. I don't even know where it's going to push, but let me, you know what? I got to do it anyway. I think this is the next level where we look for potential runs. Being that it's 25 pips away, that's like another 8 to 10 hours before it gets there. The daily ATR is only 43 pips. So again, if you want to use it as a proxy, great. If not, understand that you're not getting big moves. Again, with proper position sizing, you know, yeah, I think wait. Again, this is not like a 50, 80 pip move, but with proper sizing, you could potentially get it to go where you want to go. So, but right now, and really it's so close. Let's just make it 86. Again, 86 flat, big psychological level with 3 zeros at the end, backstop by a 61.8. It was the last time where the last pullback occurred, and then boom, that was the kind of the pivot turn point. So again, a lot of things in there. They're nice. Euro yen. All right. Euro yen. So we're seeing that kind of yen strength rolling back in. We've been talking about this for a while. We're still waiting for pushes back up high, but we've really pushed down. We had this move little last week. Let's kind of run some fibs additionally on it, just farther down to see if there's anything that's popping out. I'd say 50. Look at this 50 pullback right here. It's a little bit of a base and a strong push off, and it found those same buyers. Again, this is always a great run when you see this kind of really accelerate, like back and forth, not bad, and then boom, acceleration. It's obviously not one candle. If you bring it up to like a higher time frame and look back, you can see that it becomes a much longer bodied candle, but the base before it isn't as easy to see. But I think right now, the fact that that is a 50, if we do start to reverse back again, I think that's probably going to be a good spot. I'm going to leave it as a blue right now, or I'll change it to teal or whatever it is. Yeah. Hmm. I don't know that that's going to hold much longer. Hmm. We have this, right? And obviously, it's a news move. Hmm. Hmm. I don't think these two sets of buyers here are associated with this. I think they are associated with this level right here, right? Yeah, it's associated with those guys. So we haven't even really started to test those. This one that's here. Let's see. Put it right there. Maybe I may be a little bit low on this one. So that's a big question. So interesting spot here, right? Real interesting spot. We're just breaking through. So again, buyers have, sellers. I'm sorry, have had to really kind of use. Oh wait, what? What? Great. Just got another thing to do. The boy's mom just said, "Hey, Reese has a an orthodontist appointment at 2:20 today to fix his bracket. He's broke. He got braces like I don't know 4 months ago. He's broken brackets 4 times, 5 times. For the first month, we were back every single week with broken brackets. I'm like so over braces at this point. But anyway, again, 154.90. I think it's I wouldn't be surprised if we start getting some basing in here. There's been so much effort pushed on this one driving down. Again, we should see a little bit of reversal. Not that the yen is strong, right? Or not that the euro is, necessarily weak right now, but the yen is getting that benefit across the board, kind of getting that pullback. But it may just be setting this one up for a reversal. This will be an important one. Again, we'll be basing around this level around 10:30 today. If there's going to be a reversal, probably where it's going to come in. There's no, you know, we have some little bit of European data tomorrow, but nothing, super crazy there. So, would not be surprised. But I love the level enough to be able to draw zones on this one? Not really. I don't like the formation of this one. I don't mind the big hit here, but then when it came up and it needed another one, it didn't go as low. It's like, yeah, it's a very sloppy zone. Like this, I'm cool with. I like this. This is great, right? The green was the peak, and then it pulled back, and then we got a little confirmation. Well, the red was the peak, which is fine. But then I wanted a green and like a pullback, but it's like, well, then the red went lower. It kind of broke, right? It's like, well, wait a second, which one is it? So, kind of an oddly drawn zone. Not my favorite. Oh yeah, she just made it. Great. Mm. Yeah, thank you. She's like I just made it. One of those days. All right. Um, All right, so that's what we were looking at for euro yen. As I said, I think right now looking for that reversal is great. I think if we pull back up again, I kind of like the way that this one is backstop right back up here, and again being at a half number, I think is a good spot. We do need to find it. I think it's here, not a level that I'm willing to take long, but once we get a stabilization point and a true bottom, then we do actually have an ability where we have defined risk and we may be able to take it long again. If it does base and start to turn back up again, yeah, absolutely without a doubt, have to look at this level at the 23.6. Also for the fact that we're sitting here and that's right at a 156, right? 156 flat, sitting right there at the 23.6. Great area to be looking to get short as well. So it may be two different possible entries once we find that base and we reverse back again. I think either of these two are great. I mean, right now I'm actually a fan of both these. I think both those look good. Again, the 23 will probably have some stronger kind of trend continuation movement to it. Um, so yeah. Um, All right, so we talked about this one. I missed it by a little bit, by a couple candles. I was looking for a base and a pullback. It ended up basing and it didn't come down and pull back. It based, went up, and then just launched through. So little tiny bit different of a pattern, right? This was a down, whoops, down, pull up, and then go. So, oops, I hate that when that does that. Does it too much. It's a new thing. I like it, but yeah. So it kind of did what it expected. We were looking for more of a clear define, and again, hitting here, hitting here. We're like, yeah, this is good. Break it and now pull back. And all it did was, unfortunately, it went up and it grabbed the zone higher, which it sometimes it happens. It took the buyers out, came up, and did it grab them? Let me see. There's your base. Did it grab them? It did. It grabbed them both times. So yeah, unfortunately, it didn't give us the confirmation here. It came up and grabbed them here. All right. Let's see. What do we do with pound dollar now? I think the problem that pound dollar is going to have is, again, Monday morning, you're seeing it starting to kind of hold right now. Let's see. Is there a fib in there helping us maybe? Not yet. Um, three? Yeah, three. Yeah. So European Open, US Open, and now we have a pullback right to a 50%. So this is also at a reversal level. We kind of need them to put their, sorry. If this reversal comes in, I like this one. I think it will run all the way back down to 127.50. Again, there's buyers there. Will that hold? Is this a great place to go long? I don't think so. We had the punch here. We had the punch down again. We've had the punch down. So we've really had three punches through that level. The next level is probably over here right now, but I do think that this is a potential reversal level. You're really kind of using a wick over wick though for this one. So if anything, if you wanted to kind of, let's see, what's the risk on this one? 9.5. You could play this one when it takes off at the bottom side. And if it doesn't, if it goes out the top, um, yeah. Mm, Wait, what? Oh. All right. So there we go. Set up on that one. Pound yen. Again, having that same continuation. Again, we were looking for this one really to be opening down here. It didn't open there, unfortunately. We were looking for a Sunday to open down at 181.90. What happened was Friday, it kind of pushed up, and then right around here, where charts were like kind of like, if this continues to falter and then kind of maneuvers around and opens here, it's a great spot to reverse back up to the mean. It did go up from Sunday open. That's what we were calling for. Unfortunately, it was here, right? It did it here. Yes, I know it's on that side. So yeah, we wanted long from the open. It just wasn't in the zone. This is what we're looking for. This is what the plan was, right? The plan was here, right? The plan was up. And it did. It just actually, let's see. How close was I always love to do this. This is what we were calling for. Um, 70 pips. Let's see. The open. I just want to make sure we're not cheating this one. Sunday, Friday. Yeah, so it's the little one. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Right up to the top, right at the 70. So again, it was the exact move that we were planning for. It just didn't, it wasn't as low, right? We were looking for getting entry here, and unfortunately, it was still there, but it had the same move. So, wah, wah, wah. All right, so let's see what we got on this one now. We broke, we based, we pulled back. Yep, probably. Again, not really a great level on this side. We're dealing with this immensely just crappy candle. Um, hmm. I like into that. I think, yeah, I think I'm waiting for over here. Let's see. How much has that got to run? 102. Okay, that's not bad. So less than a day worth of movement. Yeah, I think we still have an alert down here. Actually not bad spot. Look at that. Look at the 50. Hmm. 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 If this is a turning spot, there could be potential in this one. I think either of those are bad or not bad. I'm kind of actually good with that level right there. How much is this? It's 20. Hmm. Hmm. You know, if this just goes from here up, again, I don't mind this continuation down. Like I said, the yen seems like today is again, if it pulls back up, I don't know if that'll be it for the yen, but we've gotten so much pound weakness. We know that the pound is not strong. Um, again, maybe Bailey says something. It's today, right? 11. Yeah, maybe Bailey. What is he talking? Professional services dinner. He'll say something, but not tons. But I don't actually mind that short there. Um, Again, I like the 50. I like the formation of the 50 because again, it was coming through an old area of basing. You can see on the side came through. Again, nice little kind of confirmation entry, right? Down, back up, boom. Um, but now that we have a new low, this is kind of the new bottom here as it pushes back up again. That 50 is in there, right? Backstop by a 61.8. So a lot of people will artificially get into that one. So even more reason to like that one. So that's more on the A side for me. Down here, again, 23.6. You'll have those technical traders, those algos, and computerized trading stepping into that one. Yeah, yeah. I kind of like that one. I'm really like, oof. I want to see what time it hits it, but somewhere in there. It's kind of an exciting level. Kind of like that one. But if we do push all the way back down, we know that again we've already pushed this one pretty deep. For some reason, if we can break through 179, again we're short. We got an alert set on that one, so we'll see it when it comes. All right. All right. So we never got the pushback off. We are looking for a potential pop here. And this was Friday. Friday, it ended up slicing right through all the way down. We never got the reversal at 11 o'clock. We started the base in there. Obviously, 133 was going to be a big deal. So we did not get the reversal. We didn't actually have another trade set up in there. We just said that there was one there. Obviously, the big push there, we missed it because it just sliced all the way through. We were looking for that Harry Potter. You can see right now, based off the same level, look, boom, boom, 133 became the selling area, pushing down. All right, so this is kind of an interesting spot here. Look at this. We got an area here where it kind of starts stepping upwards, 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 but it has been confirmed to touch. So, are we a little bit late? Unfortunately, I don't like it for Harry Potter because the step up. Um, hmm, hmm, hmm. All right. I like this one to break through the zone. I am a little bit concerned that we may reverse off of it, but if we do, I don't think we really get through 133. I think at this point it's kind of solidified. And again, it was right at the 9:30 open this morning. I just wish this wasn't here. 9:30. Hmm. All right, so target one. If you are going to get short from this level, target one's going to sit right there, top side of this confirmation. Target two should be there. Hmm. 21. God, I wish this was just a little bit farther down. If it was like down here, I'd love it, but this is the time for that reversal. But I don't know if we're going to be able to get it with this one. Just afraid that this may be it. There's 8 in there. There is 8 in there. Ugh. It's 10:30 again. Let me see what this is doing. And I came up and grabbed that. See, this is again have not had the dollar buyer stepping in yet. It's just straight dollar weakness right now. Um, so let's see. We got a little bit of room to run down to 102. All right, let's see. So we got some more room. I think these are our two targets to the downside. If you are short in this one, make sure you cover yourself. Right now, I'd say we're probably back in the range. Before there's like a decent level, it's probably down here right around that 132 level. So um, I just don't know what to do with this one. Right. Spent a decent amount of time here, not a huge pop. Spent a decent amount of time, kind of limped its way out again. Kind of got front run from it, front run again. It hasn't pushed very deep though, so there are buyers there. Again, it has been straight down since the U.S. Open. It's almost 10:30. This is exactly when we should see the reversal. It's Monday. Dollar strength should be rolling back in. It's kind of stabilized itself. The question is, can we push past the lows from where we were on Friday? That's where we're at right now. So again, if you are low, make sure you get profit before these two levels. Don't try to run all the way down to 132. There will be some buyers stepping in. What do you do with it right now? Again, being kind of between the two levels. It's kind of a hard one. I mean, I know we're at the 72 mark, so I just wish it was a little fresher. I wish this was a little bit. I wish this didn't limp out, and this didn't limp out there. I'd be a lot more likely to take this reversal back up again. But I mean, it's there on a weaker basis. Maybe be ready to trade, coming back up again and going and testing that 133. So kind of a hard one. I think there's a couple easier opportunities on that. Dollar Swiss, we're looking for a push up from Sunday. Right there's the Sunday mark. We thought it would go a little bit more. It went to about to there. Sunday is there, so yeah, it went up close. That's how much move I expected, and then again, we're seeing all the weakness come back in. So let's pull this one out. We got a Harry Potter trade kind of set up over here. This is one that we've been looking for a while. Let me re-enable this alert. Do it right there. There we go. We've been waiting for this one to come back. So again, here's the problem with this one. Go from here down. That's 45 pips. 45 minutes, or I'm sorry, hour and a half, 45 pips. It's got a daily ATR of 63, a 4-hour ATR of 24. So we're at double the 4-hour ATR in an hour and a half. I mean, it's kind of screaming. Let's see. Greenback stabilizes. Sell. Hedge fund, that's 9 hours ago. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just the market jumping on this one. Yeah. So at this point, we start to get some basing in there. It looks like again we pull this trigger short. This one's been set up for a while. I Just like with CAD, if we stabilize and start the basing here, we may have some problems, right? We may have some problems. But if this pushes down, it may just give us a little bit of a hiccup and give us the actual entry. So this one I don't think is actually very big. Yeah, it's 7 for 23. So yeah, 7 for 23. So it's not actually a very big dropping trade. But this is so much emotional movement right very, very quickly in the US session. We should see some reversals of this one coming back again, which may screw this one up. So just be cautious with it. Again, dollar again. Didn't expect the dollar to destabilize that quickly. This is very, very emotional. Maybe everybody was on board that it was going to be a buy. So maybe that's what we're looking at. But again, approaching that 1030 mark after a big push down, this is when it should reverse. Um, all right, so target just got hit. We talked about a target down here at 141.83 last week. That's why it's in the black. It was not a level that we were looking to go off of. It is a 50%, but it was such a sloppy level with a popping up and down. Um, Again, you can see we kind of just hit it. It slowed a little bit, but we're looking for the next area of buying. And really, there's a little bit of a hiccup down here at 141, but really until we get much lower down at 141 flat. Um, Again, it's also a 61.8. We don't really have much. That 61.8 level comes in and it's sitting right down here. Let's bring this right down. How much room do we got to go on this one? Yeah, we got about 60 more pips before we hit that level. That's about a 4-hour ATR. It's a 4-hour is 51 pips, so we got 60 to go on that one. So got a little bit of room to run. That's quite a push though. From the open, that would put us at 144 pips. Daily ATR is 110. So obviously we're not reversing off of there at 1030 unless something absolutely major happens. So it may have, maybe we start to pull back in here. If you wanted to take it short from this level, just use a little bit of risk. Again, there's basing here, basing here, basing here, but it was very slow, nothing explosive. It went through the entire day and didn't really do much in there. So again, the next time we've got any really explosive movement is the 141 and being a 61.8 pullback again. So you're going to have extra buyers in there. So for me, really, I think that's the next level that I'm looking to get long. I'll actually even change it green instead of leaving it yellow. We'll see how long it takes to get down there. It's got some more room. Maybe it can continue. Maybe the yen will continue to power through today. But again, the yen is getting some action because China's data was not as strong. Again, you tend to see that bad Chinese data. Japanese, yen tends to get some strength out of it. So we'll see where it goes. Crude. So again, crude is down a third of a percent now, right? Or quarter of a percent is red, but we're still at 73.65. So yeah, we were looking for potential reversals here. And Friday, this sucker took off through and started the base, and it actually did Harry Potter and went higher. So again, it's driving. So and I think we mentioned like we didn't really see much slowing down up until really because we had all these like these whips back up and forth. If you look right now, this last big push is this all the way down. Yeah, this is the last big push down, top to bottom. You can see we're right here. You can see this line coming through. Price is currently sitting right there. Is there anything here to stop this one? Not really. So the next time we have some confirmed sellers coming into this market, 75.03. Well, hold on, let me get it to the top. 75.05. So yeah. So God, really, if we can break through probably this level here. Could we? God, I don't even want to draw this. Hmm. Yeah. So, let's see what we got here. A break. Jesus, it's right at 74. So yeah, it looks like a break of 74. It looks like we can run the sucker all the way up to 74.80. I don't want that. Yeah, and we don't have sellers until 75.05, so it gives us a little bit of a buffer of about 25 cents on the top side. Yeah, so look for that 74 number. If you're looking to trade oil, again, nice little base here, and then we rolled back into Sunday here. We hit it, got a little confirmation off there, came up and hit it again, and then hit it again. We hit it again. That's hit number four. There's nothing really stopping this one from going higher, guys. So I hate to say it, but oil has a potential here for a long trade. Break above 74 up to 74.80. Again, not loving it, but that's just what the charts show us. Natural gas. Funny, natural gas is green, but it's heading straight down. We had marked this level off and we said, hey, listen, the 50's there. We'll get some help with the 50 in there. We kind of sloppily drew this one. It should be to there. That's what we're dealing with. And you can see it kind of forcefully came up and grabbed it. With the US session opening up, it's pulling back, but it's up 2.56. We're back up to 265-ish or 264.8. If commodities do start to drop down, actually, I guess it would be there. It'd be boxed in between the two. If we do start to drop back down and start, again, if we start to lose some ground here, there's obviously a level of basing here with a nice little push. So we may have the opportunity to kind of come through. Again, it's got to break through 261.8. We'll see when it comes through. Right now, it's all right. um, yeah. So yeah, 261.8 drop. Right. Maybe a little bit lower. Maybe a little bit lower. How far is that got to push? Mm, All right. So 261. Sorry. All right, gold. All right, so gold is telling us the dollar story pretty easy here. Um, hmm. This one is an interesting one. You can see European hours, not a lot of direction, right? 8 o'clock is the U.S. Again, futures markets really come online. Strong push down, and that was a dollar burst, and then again dollar smashing. But right now, looking at this, you can see. Look at this. This is look at this. Lower, 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 lower. Really across the board, and we're running into that right now. And really, since again stock market open, nice surge back up again. Could this be the camel the straw that breaks the camel's back and really starts jamming this back down again? Again, it found the buyers there too. It went lower than this level here, so we're cleared down to at least 1911. And again, this is not anything super strong. Hmm. So the gold story looks like it's more set up for a short right now. Unfortunately, I don't know that I don't really want to draw a level with this one. If I had to, I would say that the best level is really sitting right there. Um, Again, kind of a two small hits, but again, it's really hard to get explosive movement hitting a zone at 11 o'clock on a Sunday night. Um, hmm, hmm. I would say my opinion on this one, bearish. I like the way this is coming up to a level it's tested. It's the last really big candle that we had down. We're cleared all the way down to here. That's a pretty decent runner. It's not in a zone, but again, I like this one, and it does coincide with the 1030 reversal as well. So, yeah, I'd say bearish on this one. Say bearish. Probably more testing over into there, but what time is that? Right. Just don't want to draw a zone off that. All right, silver. Silver, same thing. We are calling for that short last week. You can see 11 o'clock on Friday. We were looking for one more burst. We didn't get it. And then the Sunday burst, unfortunately, didn't make it up. It came to the same area where those sellers were, which is wah, wah, wah. We were looking for a short going into Sunday. Again, it did go short, pushed back all the way to the origin of the move. We're right back at 23. Opinion is exactly the same. I feel like this one will turn and flip and roll back to the downside. Um, Again, do I want to draw that zone? It spent a lot of time there. Not my favorite area. What I like most about this one, it is the origin of the move starting from, again, the base. It's right at that 23. Um, yeah, short. I just don't know if I want to use that zone. I mean, again, I love the 23. I love the fact that it's 10:30. Love the fact that it's a 23. It just, again, this doesn't meet our rules as far as being like fresh, nice moves out of there. It spent a lot of time there. I like that it's cleared all the way back down to the origin of the move. I think anything down into this level is probably decent. Again, pushing back into that lower level. You can see, obviously, a big area of interest. If extending this across, maybe that's where the target is, right? Maybe, excuse me, maybe it's sitting right there. So, unfortunately, we were calling for short Sunday night. We did get a surge. It just didn't go as high as we wanted. We missed it by a little bit. It used the surge from Friday. Sucks that it happened. The short happened and it went well beyond. You can see it went well past where our target was, two, three times. So, yeah, wah, wah, wah. But yeah, I like this one short now. Let's see what we got with the old Apple. Look at this big drop down, big spike back up right immediately. Again, people washing out right at the open. Tesla, same thing. Look, huge drop down and then retracing back up again. They're like, oh my God, it broke the overnight low, sell. And then now it's going higher, which is funny. Two big drops in those and everything is in the green still. VIX, yep, red should be deteriorating back down again, even though it's green. Doesn't necessarily matter. Dollar is looking like it wants to try to come back in. So this is where we'd see it. Let's look at ES. We'll drop this down to a 15-minute. All right. So, as far as opening print goes, unfortunately, again, Monday opening prints are always a little bit rough because you don't have that extra kind of influence. I would have said that, again, there's a level of basing sitting right here. Had you pushed, let me go, I don't know why I used blue on that one. It didn't quite get to it. There's where the actual draw should have been. It did pull back again. The 915 is red, so we were looking for green, and it did give us the green. It just didn't. It didn't come back to the level that we needed it to go to. And again, that always is what makes Monday mornings challenging. It did go 1 to 3. Let's see if it did pull back. Yeah, it's at a 50% level now. So I mean, this is where technically, again, 10:30 surge up from the open. This is where those reversals come in. We're right at that reversal time, and we're sitting at the 50. So again, we're only up 0.16. We're not up much. It's not the weakest, but it's not necessarily anywhere close to the strongest either. So, um, mm, yeah, yeah, I'd say it's turning. So again, not opening print. Um, hmm, I'd say if this does pull back down again, this is not the worst of levels. Again, obviously, it's a different. The draw wouldn't be here. It's it's not a level as far as the other way, but not a bad level to kind of get front run off of. So yeah, yes, futures traders. If you guys are long, be very, very cautious. You're gonna have Friday high to Monday low, right? That's the most recent high to low. People are gonna draw that, see that 50, and start jumping in there. Particularly because right again, surge from the open. This is where that profit taking would come in. So again, it's right at a reversal time frame for shorts, and it's not very strong. It's not like it's blown out of the water. NQ, Jesus, look at this. What a mess this is. Um, there was like a high put in, but again, it's a three touch high. Um, 9 didn't really move. 9:15 didn't really move. 9:30 didn't really move. It's like, yeah, it did come down. I guess it did push down all the way 10 o'clock and come lower. It survived, right? If there was your base and there's your confirmation, I guess you could have traded that one. For me, this one was just way too sideways. I think there was too much risk in this one. I'd have been looking for probably pullbacks more to here, even though the confirmation is lower. So this whips all back and forth. They're just clearing things. They really don't have any idea what direction they're moving in. I would like to see this start to go higher, though. There's technically a run in here, and again, I guess we've pushed up to this level, but like there's a little wick over wick action going right here, and that's what we hit. if we break through that, we may have smooth sailing. So there could be a potential long trade in this one later on today, breaking through what 15,228.50. Yeah, I don't know. I think NQ is going to have a hard time either way. This is just way too much chop at the open, way too much indecision. People are like, what do we do? What do we do? Um, yeah, yeah, it's real ugly. It's like, oh, we don't do anything with that. Nothing with that. YM. My YM was better. So YM 915. Yep. Oh, here we go. So you got one here. 915 was red. You were looking for green. If you look lower, there's a level of basing. Actually, I guess you could use that right there. There's your confirmation, right? There's your level of basing. And again, I'm just using the red over here because this is a little bit wiki. So I'm trying to get as many candles touching as possible. If I use that red, you can see it. And it did pop away and pulled back. So it is confirmed level. There you go. Again, this is a nice one, right at 915. That's a good one. A very good one. Right there. And 1 to 3 is here. So, I mean, you can see it. And there's nothing stopping it, right? Nothing stopping it. There would have been some selling there. But what did this one, what was the distance of this one? 1 to 10. Jesus, that's a monstrous one on Monday morning. And again, wouldn't see selling coming up until, yeah, look, not a little slow down right there. Right here. Drop, base, drop. And that's what it ran into. So, yeah, easy opening print on that one. So, again, so far, YM, you got 1 right there. So, again, ES just wasn't there. NQ was ugly as all sin. YM, nice. Base, pullback confirmed at 6:15 this morning. You had a red 9:15 candle, which is what you want to see. And it drove right in and took off. So, nice one there. Russell. Russell had the same thing. 9:15 red candle looking for buyers, but unfortunately not a zone to grab. So, but nice push off of it. Right? Nice push off of it. Actually, for this one to be the equivalent, it would have been all the way down here, right? Pop and came up and went. So, unfortunately, yeah, didn't come back. Just didn't get enough room. So, let's see. There. Look, this one's having the same problem. This one too, kind of a racetrack-based trade, right? We would expect this one to be able to come back down and profit taking to come in approximately right there. It's kind of a parabolic move. Now, again, there was no news that was really able to drive this one, but yeah. Yeah. Again, it's reversal hour. It's reversal hour. Almost dead on. 10:33. Yeah, that's a lot of profit taking up 1%. This one could pull back halfway. Easy. Easy. And help drive the other ones. You see NQ's starting to deteriorate a little bit more as well. And ES is also starting to creep closer to that 0 mark in there. So yeah, I mean, again, reversal times are scary. A lot of profit needs to be taken right now. So again, this is all set up for a reversal. So again, look for this potentially to push all the way back down again. And I would say targets to the downside. Again, it would still be green on the day, but getting all the way back down to, actually a little bit more conservative level. We're going to use the top of the red candle on the back of that. There we go. 1877. Again, if it turns bad. So who knows? Maybe we'll just get a little bit of profit taking and pullback, and people will look at this and be like, whoa, what the heck is going on? So yeah, maybe it'll start to surge, but same thing. Look, even oil is now, again, we're still up at 75, but scary part is oil is trying to surge farther. Look at this. Oil surging ahead. What is the dollar doing? Yeah, dollar's fighting back, and again, 10-15 potential reversal. So they're all there. So yeah. So all right, let's go ahead and do the drawing. All right, 5 in. Wow. Neuro went big today. Look at this. Neuro, are you on a 3? You may be on a 3. I don't remember. I can't remember what I know what I did this weekend, but I don't remember Friday. So maybe a 3. So I will give you guys until 2:30. Then I will shut this down and see if anybody else wants to get involved. And like I said, I can't check until 5 p.m. But if I am not going to be on chart school tomorrow because it is the infamous getting pulled into jury duty thing or whatever, I'll notify you guys on Discord. So I'm hoping that that's not the case. And like, oh, you must report by 8 a.m. I'm like, are you serious? Like, so I got to my mom's going to be like, Mom, wake up at 7. You need to come over here so you can watch the kids. It's going to be exciting. Can't wait. It's like, man, can just send me Wednesday. Melissa works from home, right? She can be here. The boys are old enough; they can watch the babies. All right, closing it down at 3. All right, winner of today's drawing. Let's see. We got 2 big heavy hitters on there. Will we have the luck of the Irish? Right? Will we have the kind of like the tortoise or the hare? Who's winning today? All right, winner of today's drawing is Ernest. Took it at the very, very end there. Let me see. I want to see this one. So let's see. I know Neuro was on a 3. Ooh. Stolen at the end. Look at that. Stolen at the, although I think you did that to him last week too. So I think it's fair. I think it's fair. You guys, I think that's how it was stolen last time as well. Again, negative pip chips, but again, when you play the long game with it, it's a little bit different. So, all right. With that said, don't forget, tomorrow morning, there is a little bit of European news out there. Some economic, some claim accounts, and again, new loans. I love it. Could happen the 11th through the 15th. We could hear it sometime. And then obviously nothing else throughout the rest of the day. Maybe some major headlines. Again, if I have jury duty, I will notify you guys on Discord. I think I can check after 5 today, so I'll do my best to get it as close as possible if I have to report. I'll keep you guys in the loop. Doing my civic duty, so worth every pip chip. I know. Ernest is like, yeah. He stopped me on a 3. I stopped him. All right, with that, I'm out of here. Thank you guys again for joining me today. I'll be back on tomorrow morning. Have a good one, and I'll see you then.